Hi all, welcome to Simply Said. Last week Jesus told us not to pile up treasures here on earth because they don't last. Instead, he wants us to love and serve God, our true master. Now, today's passage begins with the word therefore, and that's important. It's not a new topic, it's the next step in a progression of thought. Jesus is saying, since you can't serve two masters, here's what life looks like when you're trusting the right one. And what does he say? Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life. If money or stuff is our master, we'll always be worried because there's always something we could lose. The more we have, the more there is to protect. But if God is our master, then instead of anxious grasping, our hearts can rest in open-handed trust. See, the word Jesus uses for worry is meriamnate. It literally means to be pulled apart. Isn't that exactly what worry feels like? Like our mind is torn in different directions. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? And Jesus asked the question, what are you seeking first? The world is always chasing food, drink, clothing, survival, comfort. But his followers are told, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness. When God comes first, worry starts to lose its grip. And then Jesus points to two everyday teachers. He points first to the birds, saying they don't plant or harvest or stockpile in barns, but God feeds them. And then he says, aren't you much more valuable than they are? If God cares for the sparrows, won't he care for you? And then he points to the flowers. He says, they don't labor or sew clothes, but they're dressed more beautifully than Solomon ever was. If God put that much care into grass that's here today and is gone tomorrow, how much more is he going to care for his children? And then comes this obvious question. Can any one of us, by worrying, add a single hour to our lives? Well, of course not. Worry doesn't add. Worry subtracts. It drains us of today's strength while solving nothing about tomorrow. So what's the better way? Well, Jesus says, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Now, this is not a get what you want faster trick. Jesus himself went hungry, he was rejected, he suffered. What it does mean is this. When we seek God first, we walk with him, trust him, and find freedom from fear. And finally, Jesus closes with this very practical word. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Here's the key takeaway. If we serve money, we'll always be worried. If we serve God, we can rest in his care. Worry pulls us apart, but seeking God pulls us together. Look at the birds, look at the flowers next time you go outside. It's beautiful springtime at the moment. God provides for them. He will provide for you. Don't worry about life, because worry doesn't extend life. It shrinks it. The way forward is simple. Trust God. Trust him with tomorrow and live faithfully today. See you, family. Have a good week.